Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now we go up against the Hammers as the first game of this episode, and the Hammers are actually pretty good. They have Carol there. Carol, who is actually one of the players I'm a little bit nervous about. Whenever I play against the CPU or the computer, they always tend to know that Carol is so dominant with his headers, so they tend to just play it down the wings and cross it in, and that just creates an absolute disaster for me because defending headers in this game is so tough for myself. But anyways, Muriel manages to get the first goal, and admittedly it was kind of lucky. The keeper messed it up, fluffed it up, and it went underneath his hand, and it all went a little bit haywire. Although the man himself, the god that is Carol, plays well, he got given a beautiful ball over the top into his feet, and he finished that really nicely, and he seems to be coming along as a pretty good player though for West Ham anyways. Every time I've come up against West Ham, he seemed to do pretty well. But El Shaarawy there with a great effort in the Berba spin, or the stop and turn, and unfortunately the keeper parries it away, but it did lead to a corner. And Mattocks, who isn't actually that dominant from corners, that's one of the things I noticed with him. He actually isn't that great when it comes to scoring corner goals, although weirdly he is amazing at heading when it comes to defending, but just not in the corner situation. But a great ball into the far post, and it's Hitman Carol again who buries it into the back of the net, making it 2-2. And unfortunately that's just the ended. I didn't manage to get in, and I can't believe El Shaarawy there. I mean, that is like a dying last minute. That's 2 points El Shaarawy just threw down the bin, but it doesn't matter. It's just the way it ended, and 2-2. We only managed to pick up 1 point, and Arsenal there with 2 goals to Bolton's 0, meaning they get 3 points, and we're starting to slip down the table slowly. But Marouane Fellaini there is coming back from fitness. Whenever they come back though, I never like to chuck them in the starting because they will always have that little bandage side next to their name, and I don't usually like to start them unless that is completely gone, because then you run the risk of them straight back into injury, and usually it's longer than when it first started. Fortunately for me, I was up against, in my European game, I was up against Roma, and Roma are a class side. Really, really good side in this game. Fortunately for me, like I said, De Rossi was actually running on a red card, so he wasn't actually able to play in this game, and that was great news for me. But Muriel opens up the goal scoring for me, and that's 32 goals in all competitions, and we're not even, we're still powering through the hefty part of the season. This is where it starts to kick into gear, where we start to notice where we're going to finish on the table. I still want him to get a 40 goals. I don't know if he'll be able to do it, but it'd be fantastic if he was able to do it. And he's just such a goal scoring machine. You have goal scorers, you have goal scoring machines, you have animals, you just have the gods, and then you have Muriel. He's that good, seriously. It's pretty disgusting to say the least. And he actually goes for a shot there, but he was really low on fitness. And you guys saw that he was on his red bar. So whenever I shoot when they're on red bar, it tends to mean that it's never really going to go in. I don't have too much of a chance. But in the 84th minute, Merkel, who that's his 6th goal across all competitions, manages to put it into the back of the net, giving us a 3-goal lead. But in the 90th minute, for whatever reason, that was a penalty to Roma, but fortunately for me, I had that 3-goal lead, and I was in a very comfortable position. And in the 90th minute, there's just no way he's going to miss this, and as Osvaldo there manages to get a goal to bring it 3-1, that means I was up by 2 goals on aggregate, which was pretty good. I was chuffed with that, meaning I'll go into the home game in a really nice shape, and it would be hard to throw this away. And I just really hope that we managed to do well, because we were actually playing Roma back-to-back, so there were no games in between. We just had Roma next, and it was going to be important to see how the boys played. As you guys can see, Roma coming out right there, but an international management offer from Romania. That's so strange. Roma and then Romania contact me. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, they gave me a little buzz, asked if I wanted the job, and I told them I'd have to wait out. I'm going to hold off on their contract offer just now. I've got a few other good ones on the way, so I was just going to have to wait and see. But I put Fellaini, I believe, on the bench there, and the second leg of the Roma game comes in. And if you guys don't know, the board actually expect me to win this Euro Cup, and that is a huge ask. Seriously, this European Cup is so tough. I mean, there's some quality sides in there, and I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. But first off, I need to get through this game if I even wanted to have a chance at winning the Euro League. And I was in really good shape. As you guys know, I had a 2-goal lead on him, and that made it 3. Muriel there picking up the first goal. I mean, Has there been a game for a while where he just hasn't scored? I honestly don't know. But anyways, I managed to get a goal there, or a penalty here, and obviously Muriel being Muriel, he's going to put that straight down the middle, just above the keeper's head, and that makes it 34 across all goals. If you guys could let me, I don't know if any of you guys have some crazy ass memory where you guys know, has there been a game where Muriel hasn't scored, you know, for a little while? If you guys know what sort of goal scoring run he's on, that would be cool. That would be awesome sauce. But there are the Euro League's standings, or the games that were played, and I get my prize money. I'm gonna be rich. No, I'm really not. They actually give you hardly any money. I think it was 79,000 they end up giving me here. It was just literally peanuts. It doesn't make too much of a difference. But Ferdinand, for some reason, the press absolutely adore Ferdinand, and they keep praising him, telling him how well he's doing, how in form he is and things. And I kind of just run with that and let him start, because if he is doing so well, then I decided I'd let him start. And unfortunately, that means Kurt Zouma is on the bench. But don't worry, ladies and gents, he does start to play a little bit more, because I do feel as though it's important that the youngsters do gain their experience. And Kurt Zouma being one of the youngsters, I don't want Ferdinand, although he is doing very well, I feel as though there's no point having him on too much, because like I said, he's doing well, but I want the young guys to develop and become better players. But oh my god, guys, wow, it's come. I mean, we saw it last episode. He sent us a little message, and Mattocks is not impressed. I had my game up against Arsenal. As you guys can see, Mattocks was on the bench, and that's really where he's been for a while now. I brought him on a couple times as substitutes, but oh, it's a sad day. It is a very sad day. I don't know if any of you guys follow EA Sports on Twitter, but you guys will know that he scored yesterday in real life for the Vancouver Whitecaps, and it's just a sad day. And how about that for a goal? I was gutted to see that go in, and that's a Merkel own goal. Unfortunately, it won't add to his goal tally, but, you know, that's just the way it is. And then I get some very, very, very strange free kick, penalty kick, and obviously Muriel being Muriel, the god, the machine, the animal, the goal-scoring sex pest, puts one in the back of the net. But that thing about Mattocks, I'm really disappointed with that. You know, he's a guy that we assigned right at the beginning. I really wanted to hold him out, you know, have him in the team for as long as possible. But I understand for the guy, he isn't getting much match time, and I'd love to play him a little bit more. But just the El Shaarawy, Muriel, Ramirez combination is just so good. So at the moment, I'm really struggling to find any sort of place for him in the team. I'm not entirely sure what to do, guys, although you guys can make the decision on Facebook with Mattocks. Do I play him more over the likes of El Shaarawy or Muriel, or do I just cut my losses and just give him a handshake, you know, let him know that he's done a good job for the squad, and I appreciate everything he's done. Gaita there, my goalkeeper, my new signing, my goalkeeper signing is in form. He's doing very well, which is very good to see. Chuffed to see my signings pull through. That's as much as you can ask as a manager, is that your new signings fit in well. But that's it being for me today, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed the episode. If you'd be kind enough to leave a like, that would be amazing. Your support is tremendous, and I appreciate all of it. Thank you very much, guys. Have a cracking day. Bye-bye.